In the heart of 15th century France, during a time of despair, war, and divine fear, a teenage girl claimed to hear the voice of God and change the course of history. This is the true story of Joan of Arc, the peasant girl who became a warrior, a martyr, and a legend. It is the year 1412. France is torn apart by the 100 Years' War, a brutal conflict between England and France over the French crown. The countryside lies in ruins. The French army is demoralized, and the king, Charles VI, is plagued by madness. The rightful heir Dauphin Charles VII is weak, disinherited, and barely clinging to legitimacy. The English, aided by the powerful Duke of Burgundy, occupy large parts of northern France. Into this world of chaos, Joan of Arc is born. Joan was born in a small village in northeastern France. She was a simple farm girl, illiterate but deeply religious. At age 13, Joan claimed she began hearing voices, divine messages from St. Michael, St. Catherine, and St. Margaret. The message was clear. She had a mission to drive out the English and ensure the coronation of Charles VII as the true King of France. Her family and neighbors were stunned. How could a teenage girl with no military training lead an army? But Joan's faith was unshakable. In 1429, at age 17, Joan made a daring journey to Chinon. Despite all odds, she gained an audience with Charles and passed a series of tests to prove her divine mission. Charles, desperate and out of options, granted her command of a small army. Joan was given armor, a white banner adorned with Jesus and lilies, and led French forces to the besieged city of Orleans. What followed was nothing short of miraculous. In just 9 days, Joan's leadership and fearless presence inspired the French army to lift the siege of Orleans, their first major victory in years. She became a symbol of hope and divine favor. Soon after, Joan led Charles VII to Reims, where he was crowned king. Her mission, as she believed, was fulfilled. But Joan's journey didn't end there. She continued fighting, urging Charles to retake Paris. In 1430, during a skirmish near Compiègne, she was captured by Burgundian forces, allies of the English. She was sold to the English and put on trial in Rouen. Her charges: heresy, witchcraft, and dressing as a man. But behind the religious facade was a political motive to discredit her and, by extension, Charles VII's legitimacy. The trial was a sham. Joan, only 19, stood alone before a panel of learned clerics. Despite relentless questioning, she never wavered in her testimony. She was found guilty and sentenced to death. On May 30th, 1431, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake in the marketplace of Rouen. As flames consumed her body, witnesses said they saw the name Jesus on her lips. Her ashes were thrown into the Seine. 25 years later, a retrial declared her innocent. In 1920, Joan of Arc was canonized by the Catholic Church. Today, she is remembered as a national hero of France and a saint. Her life is a symbol of courage, faith, and the power of belief. Against overwhelming odds, Joan of Arc lived only 19 years, but her story has echoed through centuries. She was not born of nobility. She did not lead from a throne, but she stood with conviction. And that changed everything. Until next time.